M9A3. So we have one box here. I'll try to keep everything on screen. I like to keep it close up so you can see details. Inside the box is an ammo box. We'll pop that guy out. Little Beretta M9A3 ammo box. Inside this, we have the pistol. Comes with 3 specially coated, sand-resistant 17-round magazines. Now, let me backtrack there a little bit. There are some states where you get 10-round magazines, and I apologize in advance if you're one of those states. That is not fun. So, but this particular one, in my state, I can have 17-round magazines. So it comes with 3 of those coated, durable, corrosion-resistant, and sand-resistant 17-round magazines. Spare O-rings for the threaded barrel, wraparound grip. We'll talk about the grip in a second. You've got the lock. You've got the pistol, which I'm going to pull out and set aside. Then all of the books and papers and everything there. Go ahead and set aside the ammo can, and we will take a look at the Beretta M9A3. Let's take a look. We'll go ahead and clear it. And that's the first thing you notice when you pick this up. It feels so good in your hand, and this slide is super smooth. And this does have a decocker on it. It's a single action and double action. It's got the same features of like the Model 92 FS, but they took all of the tactical and functional features from combat professionals and wrapped it all up into one pistol. The first thing that most people notice is the grip. There's the wraparound grip that makes it a little thicker and fatter, but the grip is a little bit more straight up and down, and they call it vertex style, a different angle, less of bulging out everywhere, and it's designed to point you essentially where your index finger is going to go. So it's a thinner grip. I say thinner because it's not thin. You're still running a double stack magazine on it. So I mean, it's 1.3 inches wide total, but it is a thinner grip than usual, and it's designed for, they call it instinctive pointability. So when you pick this up, it's basically going to be pointing right where your index finger is going. So a lot of thought, research, and time went into this size, shape, and angle of grip to make sure it's going in the right direction when you're holding it. Another couple of cool things about the grip is it does have front and rear checkering on the frame. That's pretty nice. My old 92 FS didn't have that, but it gives you that real positive grip front and rear. You can go with a little bit wider option with a little bit more of a palm swell if you want to take off the thin grips and put on the thicker wraparound rubber style. A lot of people prefer that. That is going to feel a little bit more like the original grip of the 92 that a lot of people are used to. But I would say shoot it both ways. See if you can have a realization of how comfortable it is with a thinner grip. So a couple other neat things about it. It does have a 1913 style rail on it with 3 slots. My old 92 didn't have that, so you can run accessories on it. This does have the decocker like I just showed you, so you can decock it. You can take it from to a decocker only function, so it's essentially a single action gun. So right now if I decock it, it decocks, but I can go back to double action. So it's a double action, single action. It is a convertible decocker on it. A couple other cool things is this is a removable front sight now, more easy to remove for people who like to change their sight picture. And of course, got a threaded barrel on it. If you want to run a suppressor, it's already set up for it. A lot of people notice the color. Hey, it's not black. It's got a tan and coyote brown look to it. It does have a nice coating on all this stuff. It's designed for use in combat, you know, in mud, in wet, in sand, anything else. A couple of design features there is you do have a beveled mag well. This is for quick magazine changes. Slips in pretty easy. We already talked about the coating and the sand resistance of the magazine. It's got a hyper-resistant flat dark earth finish, so it's impervious to the elements. It will stand up to water, and well, I should say almost impervious. I'm sure if you leave it in salt water long enough, it's going to start to corrode. But that's one of the reasons why it has this super smooth feel to it. The coating on it is just amazing. So let's take a look at the inside. Taking down one of these things is actually really simple. There's a button on this side that you push, a lever that flips down, a slide comes right off. It doesn't get much easier than that. So woo, there goes the guide rod. So it does have a polymer guide rod and spring, and the guide rod comes right off, as you can see. I had to reach over and grab that off the windowsill. But yeah, so you've got a polymer guide rod in it. It's separate from the spring. It's not a captive. So here's your slide. So the barrel, I think, yep, comes out without taking the thread protector off. There's your 5-inch barrel right there. Very clean, very nice. Just put it back together the same way we just took it apart. Take your spring in and lock it down right here. All right, so this is a hammer-fired pistol. It's pretty basic inside there. Looks nice and easy to maintain. Well, that's because it is. All right, so let's slide this back on. Flip it back on, and you're back together. So let's talk about this trigger here. So there is some creep in it, but it's got a good break. And reset. break. So it also double action. So that's your single action. So your single action, very stable, very easy break. In double action, you have a longer pull, but it's super smooth all the way back. You're not running into any hitches. You hear the click from the hammer releasing, and that's it. Yeah, very nice, smooth action. It does come with tritium night sights, front and rear. And like I said, the front is removable. It's a full-size pistol. It's like 8.5 inches long and 5 inches tall. So this is your full-size pistol. Everybody wants to give it the litmus test of comparing it to the Glock 19. Let me grab mine. You know, it's not designed to be a concealed carry pistol. It's designed to be a combat pistol. So let me clear my 19. So there's your size difference between a Glock Model 19 and a M9A3. I mean, obviously the M9A3 is considerably bigger, but it is a full-size combat pistol. Is it concealable? Heck yes. You can conceal carry this thing. If you're a tiny, small frame person, it might be a little bit more difficult, but I used to conceal carry my Model 92 all the time. This is designed more for, like I said, a combat pistol. It was submitted by Beretta for the MHS competition for the Army. Unfortunately, it did not win. That went to Sig Sauer. So now we have like the Glock Model 19X. We have the M9A3. We have all these awesome combat grade military style pistols that now the general public gets to own and shoot because of the competition. Even though they didn't win the competition, these are still being used all over the world in different military, paramilitary, special forces, and VIP security. This is a renowned pistol. It's being used everywhere. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them below. And hey, hit that subscribe button too. That's really important. That's it for now. The Beretta M9A3.